Hello, Bobcat families. I'm Megan Herrick, visual arts teacher and AP art history teacher at Sage Creek High School. I'd like to welcome you to our back to school night this year. Art is not what you see, but what you make others see. Degas. I wanted to share this with you because it's so much about what I teach and how I hope that my students learn in the classroom. I really want them to learn how to give a voice for their artwork. Have a voice. If you need to get in touch with me, I've incorporated my email address on the slide, mherrick@carlsbadusd.net. I've also incorporated a link to a Google site that will have information on it, like student artwork and assignments and projects. And I've incorporated my Instagram account at sagecreekhigh_art as well. So let's go. Welcome back to school night. I know this is a little bit different from what we've had in the past, but I'm glad you're here and thank you for taking the time to watch this. Today we'll start with our VAPA department mission, my personal why, the course outcomes for Art 1 and Art 2, and how you can communicate with me. Okay, the Visual and Performing Arts mission is to inspire students' lifelong appreciation and passion for the arts in an ever-evolving and diverse world. We support student development of the creative process. We strive to cultivate artistically literate students who will advocate and employ arts knowledge in our local and global communities. Now, I wanted to share this with you as it is my personal why. I teach to inspire imagination and really a true passion in the arts. Every student deserves to know their creative potential. There's no greater reward as a teacher than seeing students work through difficult visual arts problems and finding creative solutions. Their proud expressions means everything to me. I teach with an open mind, a creative spirit, technical artistry, and patience. My classroom is an innovative and supportive learning space. Students discover that failure leads to success, and we are all capable of great things. Visual arts is a very hands-on and experiential course. So as we do and go through a distance learning this year, that's going to change what the classroom looks like and how I teach what I teach. However, I'm in this lovely she shed, aka art studio at home, and I will be working in the classroom as well. And what I want for our students is I really want everything that they do to be incredibly hands-on. I mean, that's visual arts, right? I think that providing these relevant opportunities for creative expression and while helping them to develop their unique creative voice is just a huge part of being an artist. Now, the majority of my instruction will consist of live demonstrations and recorded presentations of techniques and skills. Those will be posted through Google Classroom, but I will have instructional time, but mostly the students will really learn in this course by doing the work themselves and really taking the time to refine their skills and to practice. So after students participate and they watch lessons, that goal really is for them to exercise their skills through independent and guided practice. I offer constructive feedback quite often. It'll be either through a Google Meet or it will be through a message to students on Google Classroom or through an email. A big part of the class and how I teach is really showing students how to reflect on their work and how to evaluate other works of art. We will be using a Padlet site. So Padlet is a site that we use that's like a digital bulletin board, and students will be able to share their work on this Padlet site. And the goal is for them to get their work out there, but also to learn what their classmates are working on and to learn how to read art. So the essential learning outcomes for the class include really just understanding how art connects us to the world around us. We're going to learn how to develop visual literacy and artistic perception. We learn how to refine our craft and develop improved skills in two-dimensional media. So two-dimensional media, we're talking about colored pencils, we're talking about graphite pencils, we're talking about paper, we're talking about a multitude of different types of paint, very two-dimensional for this class. I want my students to walk away feeling empowered through the arts. And also, just a heads up, Art 1, Art 2, and Art 3 are visual arts courses within the VAPA department. AP Art History is as well. In order to fulfill the UC CSU requirements, students need to have 1 year or 2 trimesters of an arts course. So by taking this course, your son or daughter is fulfilling those requirements. These visual courses should be taken in sequential order. So if you take Art 1, or if a student takes Art 1 and they really like Art 1, they should go then to Art 2. It's just a scaffolding approach, and it's a building upon learned skills. So in the world that we live in, the easiest way to communicate with me is through email. I've got 4 little kids at home. They are all in elementary school, and so it is hard for me to be in my classroom physically to answer the phone. So email me if you have any questions or comments. I will, however, I'd love to meet with you through a Google Meet or a Zoom meeting. So if you would like to do that, I'm happy to do that at any time. Just email me with a couple of dates that work for you, and we can communicate that way. My office hours for students and for parents are Monday and Friday from 1:45 to 2:15, and Wednesdays from 10 to 12. But again, I am around quite often through email. So if you need anything, please let me know. All assignments will be posted on Google Classroom. So any lecture, any video, any handout, any activity will be on Google Classroom. That is our primary site and our digital classroom site. A schedule for the week will be posted every Sunday night to help students manage their time and to plan ahead. Grades will be posted on School Loop and Aries and will be updated at the end of each week. So just a heads up, I really only like to use School Loop for posting grades. I will not post links to assignments on there. Just think Google Classroom is where everything needs to be. That's like the hub. And then again, grades will be posted on School Loop and Aries at the end of each week. My Google Meet links are posted in the banner section of my classroom page, but they're also posted on my School Loop pages. And I'll walk you through that in just a moment. Okay, so actually, let's take a walk to my Google Classroom. And I did invite any parents that had their account information or their email information through CUSD. So if you did not get an invitation for my Google Classroom, please reach out to me and let me know, because I want you to be able to access what I post on there for your son or your daughter. Okay, so here is an example of our classroom page. This one's for period 2, but I have Art 1, period 2 and 3, Art 2, periods 3 and 4. So if you go into Classroom, you'll see the title of the page, you'll see a class code that takes us here, and then there's a Meet link. Students already know where this Meet link is, but in case your son or daughter needs to find it real quickly, know that it's on our classroom page. And I like to post assignments for the week, like 1 week ahead of time. So on Sunday night, I'll do that. But I also post when we do have our class meetings that are generally about an hour and a half long. I post them all kind of in a big section. So here's what's on the agenda for Thursday. And I have any handouts, I have videos, I have activities for us to do, and I post that. Okay. I probably post a little bit more than necessary just to make sure that I'm covering all bases with the students. This is the live stream. So the stream has activities for what we're doing for the week, and it also incorporates like assignments. There is a tab at the top that says classwork, and you could go through and see what assignments need to be met and submitted or turned in. As a visual arts course, a big part of this is really, I need to see what your son or daughter is creating. So they know that, okay, they need to take a picture of the art supplies, or they need to take a picture of their elements of art drawing. That's how I see where they're at, and I can check for their understanding. Okay. And then I do post some grades on Classroom, but really School Loop is primarily for grades. Okay. So this is what our Google Classroom looks like. And I want to give you a heads up. This is very important. Finally, we've been waiting for art packs for quite some time. We got funding in and we were able to arrange packs for students who need them. So on Wednesday, this Wednesday, September 9th, we're going to have an art pack pickup day from 2 to 4, which is after school, to go through the roundabout and for students to pick up their supplies. So these supplies include like a sketchbook, pencils, colored pencils, scissors, some paper, a palette, some paintbrushes. We don't have all the items in yet, but I really wanted to make sure that kids had the basic materials for when we get into our rich instruction. Okay, so this is posted on Classroom. If your son or daughter needs supplies, please just ask them again. There is a request for art pack form that I have students filled out, and I've got 68 requests. But if there's any more, or if there are any more, just ask your son or daughter if they have filled that out yet. Okay, so that's Classroom. And I do want to show you a site that I'm currently working on. My goal is to make this really accessible for you parents as well as for the students, as one kind of centralized area with curriculum and information for Art 1, Art 2, Art 3, and AP Art History. So you'll see this link on the first slide, and I will post not only this video, but I will also post the slideshow on Classroom, and I will email it to all parents through School Loop on Sunday. And you'll see that this page, this site, has information, well, will have information about assignments and student work. I also like to take pictures of student artwork and have other kids see what their classmates are working on. So these are some examples of projects that we've been working on or that we will be working on in class. Okay, so check out that link. It's an important one that will help you get a visual for this class because this is a very visual course. Okay, and then last but not least, I wanted to share my Instagram page with you. It's Sage Creek High _art. And what I'd like to do is every day or every other day, I'd like to post a picture of student projects on here. So if you add this in your social media, that's a good way to follow up and see where we're at. Okay. Welcome back to school. This is going to be interesting, but I'm really excited for where we're at with our students. I've had a good chance to get to know them so far these first 2 weeks. I think it's incredible. I think that we've been missing these relationships and building the sense of community, and we're getting it back. So thank you. I look forward to working with you and working with your team this year. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm here. Take care. Goodbye.